We have to remember that these are platforms built around people. It's not just about understanding how algorithms work, but understanding how people work.
Every day, it seems like there's something new that comes out with AI. And man, I can't imagine trying to figure out all the back-end code and all that jazz. Welcome to Rocky Mountain Marketing. I'm your host, Katie Brinkley. Join us as we dive deep with the world's leading digital marketing experts every single Tuesday. It's all about giving you the strategies that are working right now, directly from those who are making an impact. With my 20 years of experience, I'm here to help you navigate the world of digital marketing. Whether you're looking to sharpen your skills or transform your business, you're in the right place. Let's get started on today's journey to success. Welcome back to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. So for those of you who are regular listeners of Rocky Mountain Marketing, you know how much I love video. I love video so much that, wait a second, you probably are like, oh, pulling over on the side of the road. Like, this isn't the right podcast. No, actually just saying the words, I kind of got a little nervous and hot and sweaty just saying that I love vertical video because it's such a blatant lie. It's amazing how much I wish I loved it. And I've tried to study it. I've tried to get good at it. And some of us folks are just long form audio, long form content people. I'm one of those people, and I know this about myself, but there's an app for that. Remember those commercials? Remember when there was the iPhone commercials that were like, there's an app for that. Well, there's a tool for that now, folks. If you are like me, and if you're saying, I just can't jump on the short form video bandwagon, I just can't do it, you're not alone. And I found someone that has mastered it. He's mastered it. He knows how to go viral. He knows how to make it easy. And he's created a tool so that you don't need to jump in front of a camera every 2 seconds. Yes, folks, I've brought my friend, Austin Armstrong. He's been on the podcast before. So Austin has been on to talk to us about vertical video. He's been on the podcast to talk about AI. And guess what, guys? He married those two. He created a tool that has transformed AI and vertical video into one. And he is helping all of us out there that are just a little bit gun shy about creating a ton of short form video content. But he's found a way to make it so that you can grow a massive audience. Man, Austin, you've been doing this since the days of MySpace, just like yours truly. You and I always find ways to talk about, remember the top 8, and MySpace was my first introduction into HTML code. Mm-hmm. You had a social media agency for years and you shifted. You mastered everything with the agency and you shifted into helping, trying to shut down agencies and what I'm doing, but you shifted into really helping creators with your new tool, Syllabi. And I use it all the time. You have some amazing features that are coming out. And you've been talking a lot lately about Sora, which is the latest thing to come out. I'm jumping ahead here because I feel like everyone that's listened to the podcast regularly has probably listened to your past episodes. But so before we jump into Sora and we jump into short form video and AI and all of the ways that you're helping us who are afraid of video, let's talk a little bit about you. So MySpace, vertical video, you found a way to go viral. You have over 1 million followers across multiple platforms. I think you have over 1 million on Facebook now. It's hard to keep up, man. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you found the way of making yourself a name out there, and you've spoken on some of the stages all over the world. It's hard to keep up with you. You're doing all the things and you're everywhere.
Well, thank you. It's always, even just aside from being back on this great podcast, it's just always a pleasant experience chatting with you and catching up, Katie. So I just love these opportunities to nerd out about all things social media with you. It's been quite the journey. I've just been doing social media consistently for more than 20 years at this point. I'm a creator at my heart. I build businesses around that fact and teams around all of the stuff that I don't like doing so that I have a socially acceptable excuse to feed this social media addiction and create content every single day. I am a creator. It's all I want to do. And I just build businesses around that. It's been an amazing journey. I've been very fortunate to have had a lot of success from it.
you've not only just built businesses. Like I said, you've had your agency. I've seen a couple pictures of you holding those YouTube silver award thingies. For those that are watching this on YouTube, typically you're on vacation right now, so thank you for joining
I'm in
us
Florida
from
right now.
vacation. But like normally on your wall in the background, you have your like plaques with the YouTube awards. So you've even mastered going viral on YouTube. You've mastered getting the followers on Facebook. You've mastered losing a TikTok account and then regrowing it. You've done it all, and you've figured out the algorithms and how to grow accounts and gain the followers.
Well, I think aside from, we have to remember that these are platforms built around people, and it's not just about understanding how algorithms work, but understanding how people work. And the more that you learn, like, human psychology and how people interact with content online, and you work some of these things in. I've really studied like dark psychology and like all sorts of different tactics to just get emotional responses out of people. And when you're testing a lot of this stuff, you can become like formulaic with everything. I've got a million followers on Facebook. I had 900,000 followers on TikTok. I'm back up to about 200,000 followers. I've got 800,000 followers on Instagram. I've got 600,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've got 150,000 followers on Threads. And I've grown 2 accounts now past 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've grown, I think, 20 accounts past 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've grown about 30 channels on TikTok past 100,000 followers. Same thing on Facebook. So like once you just learn a lot of these tactics and strategies and stay consistent with it, you can just do it over and over again. Like I don't care that TikTok banned my account because I can just do it again. It doesn't matter. That's the thing around this is once it just clicks, and it didn't click for a long time. Like I've been doing this consistently, but I was going to conferences and I was, listening to great podcasts like this and listening to books and just paying for mentorship and studying everything and just staying consistent with it every single day. And it really just, there is that moment that clicks for you. And just when you get it, you see this thing, whatever it is that you're doing through a different lens, it becomes a game and it's just easy. It's
Yeah.
just easy at that point. But I think anyone can get to that point. It's not natural talent. It's just grit
Yeah.
and tenacity and continuing to learn and improve and test and fail and learn from those failures.
Yeah, and you're definitely every single time I open up social media, you're always doing something. You're traveling somewhere, you're speaking somewhere, you're hosting events, and that's something else we can talk about on today's show. But
Sure.
before we
I've
put the
got some
cart
big
ahead of the
goals this
horse,
year.
I know you got a lot of goals, man. You're always doing all the things. So let's talk a little bit about you figured it out. You figured it out. Like you've grown these accounts, and now you are honestly, you're kind of sharing the formula with the masses.
Mm-hmm.
You figured out how you can grow the account and create the content, even if you're afraid to be on camera. And that is what
Mm-hmm.
you created with Syllabi. So, really quickly, just explain what Syllabi is. Then I have a bunch of questions about how we can use it on a regular basis as part of our 2025 social media strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So Syllabi is a mission-driven business for me. It's not a profit-driven business. Video has changed my life, and I just want to provide the tips, tools, and strategies to help change other people's lives as well. I have a personal mission of helping 1 million people make money online with video. And I can't do that at an agency. I can't help 1 million people because it's just expensive to run an agency. But I can do that with software. And so at a high level, what Syllabi does is it allows you to find topics your customers are searching for online and then create, schedule, publish, and automate videos across every social media platform in a matter of minutes. So you can find topics that have data behind it and associated dollar values with it. And then you can generate video scripts in Syllabi with really nuanced script writing based on my repeatable practices that we've worked in that really hold attention. And then you can create videos however you want with AI avatars or faceless videos, which have really exploded. We built a video editor so you can create videos from scratch. We've integrated with every major social media platform so that you can schedule and publish to every single platform. And we even built a bulk scheduler so that you can create and publish up to 5 videos a day for 30 days straight to every social media platform on any topic in any niche to actually perform well. And then we even pull in analytics. I just wanted this to be an all-in-one solution. So you can even see
Now you're
the
speaking my love
views,
language
the
with
comments.
analytics.
Yeah, you can view all of your analytics from videos that have scheduled and published from Syllabi. I just really want it to be the best video marketing tool on the planet. And we're getting pretty close to that. I think there's other great tools out there, but they don't do everything in a streamlined function that we do. And I really just have taken 20 years of social media marketing experience, 11 years of video marketing agency experience, having created, like, not just myself, but with all of clients, like I think it's well over 10,000 videos at this point over 11 years. It's just a lot of experiments that I've taken the nuances of that and incorporated it into Syllabi that anybody can use for 25 bucks.
Yeah, that's the magic number right there. $25. That's a steal. Well, Austin, I think that I'm gonna ask the question I think that everyone's thinking in their head right now is, here I am saying more than ever, like this is my 2025 prediction, is that more than ever, people need to be the face of their brand. You need to be the spokesperson. CEOs need to be the spokesperson. They need to be the influencer for their company. And here you are saying that I've created a tool where you don't need to be on camera. Faceless video, you can schedule 5 a day. So explain how this tool is going to help those creators, and how Syllabi is, without having to show your face on camera. And I know the answer to this, but just explain the formula and how a faceless YouTube channel, a faceless TikTok is still going to help you drive conversions for your business.
Yeah, well, firstly, I do agree with you. I think everybody should be on camera if you're willing and able to do it consistently. But there's a lot of issues with that, right? Most people are afraid of being on camera or just getting started. Maybe you're in a regulated industry where you're literally not able to be on camera, or you're a little self-conscious about the day. Maybe you don't have the energy to sit down and record a bunch of videos. Maybe you just don't want to face judgment from your friends and family online when you're just getting started. Faceless videos and even AI avatar videos in particular, allow you to remain consistent online with your image, your likeness, your movement, your voice, etc. All of this can be supplemental in addition to being on camera yourself. Or it doesn't need to be a full replacement. You can grow channels entirely with faceless, mix it in between, whatever works for you. Don't let anything be an excuse. That was the big thing here. I tried to eliminate every excuse people I could think of and that I saw over and over again to just not create videos consistently. But to answer your questions more specifically of how do they help generate leads and sales and conversions, is by the A to Z process that we really take you through. So we have a whole idea discovery engine within Syllabi that you can find topics and questions that your customers or clients are searching for across Google, across Google Trends, across Pinterest, across X, Instagram hashtags, all of these different platforms, so you can see what your customers are actually searching for and make educated decisions on them. And then take those topics, which are built in to generate leads. It can automatically generate a script for you, or you can type in your own script however you want. If you use an AI generated script, you should always customize it, tweak it with your own language, add your own specific call to action in there. Don't just like set and forget AI. I am not, there will be people that do this. I am on the ethical side of AI and moral side of AI. Like, use this as a productivity tool, not as a full replacement. And that's going to be a spectrum depending on where you are at with your content creation journey. But the script generator will create a high quality script on anything that you type in or any of the ideas that you find online. And then the script itself there's little nuances in it. So it'll have a really good opening hook. It will talk about a problem. It will provide solutions to the problems. It'll have little micro hooks throughout the script to hold viewers' attention, and then typically have a call to action at the end of that. And you can customize this however you want. And then just scheduling and publishing. Social media platforms are search engines as well. YouTube is the second most popular search engine in the world. TikTok has been saying it's a search engine for years at this point. People search for things on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, all of these platforms people are searching for. So if you're creating content consistently based on what people are actually searching for, you're creating an evergreen experience of informative educational content that remedies a pain point, and it makes it really easy for them to find you and to contact you in between your regular content. If you want to, be the face of your brand, do it. I highly recommend it. I'm creating content manually with myself every single day, but I understand that not everybody has the capacity to do that. So jump in wherever you feel comfortable.
Well, and I think that too, with AI's evolution, like, man, I can't imagine trying to create an AI tool because it is changing so fast, Austin. It seems like it
Yeah,
is so hard to keep up.
it
Every
is.
day, it seems like there's something new that comes out with AI.
Mhm.
And man, I
Yeah.
can't imagine trying to figure out all the back end code and all that jazz. So kudos to you on that, because recently there's been this new Sora. And for
Yep.
people that are, they might be saying like, well, what is Sora?
Mhm.
Just quickly explain what Sora is and why this is pretty groundbreaking for everybody, not just people like you who are developers in an AI video world.
Yeah, so Sora is pretty transformative. So it's OpenAI, the same company that owns ChatGPT. It's their text to video generation tool. So they dropped a teaser of this about a year ago and showing really just hyper realistic videos of all sorts of different things that you can think of. And they finally just this past week released it to the public. Now there were a couple other tools that beat them to market in this space, but I do think that Sora currently is the most powerful, even though they waited on it. So we jumped on the ChatGPT Pro plan, which is quite expensive at $200 per month, but it gives you full access to Sora and its maximum length of video that you can generate, which is up to 20 seconds long, which is an industry leader right now. You can export at different qualities, so up to 1080p. One of the amazing things that they've done that nobody else has done is the storyboard functionality. So you can create actual individual scenes. And so you can like, this is scene one, this is scene two, this is scene three, scene four, and have consistency throughout all of the frames. So you can start to tell stories with this. And you can get really specific with what you're typing in, claymation style, cowboy in a desert, and he's staring down a villain and they're having a 1, 2, 3 draw competition with their claymation gun. And it'll, storyboard that out scene by scene, and it'll create the video for you in any art style and anything. Now, there are limitations to it. It's not like a world breaker yet. I think it's more so to show you the current status of where this is at in the world. There's no audio to it. There's no voiceover. There's no background music. There's nothing like that yet. They get physics wrong a lot. And so there's a lot of physics issues in general. There's still some like weird body morphic issues depending on how you prompt it. And there's the occasional sixth finger on a hand and like legs passing in front of them in weird ways and stuff. But if you look at it at a high level, it's pretty incredible. Now, the other thing that it can do is take an image and add motion to it as well. So you can upload a photo and you can give it a specific prompt and it will add motion to that image, whatever you upload. There's been so many cool use cases of this, like taking a photo of you hugging a deceased loved one and turning that scene back into life. And there's moral questions there that I've seen on both sides, like let the dead rest. But like that can bring enjoyment. I go down
Yeah.
a rabbit hole there, but there's so many cool things that this tool has that if we look at just the evolution of text to image over the last 2 years,
Yeah.
DALL-E 1 when it rolled out to the early Mid-Journey levels to DALL-E 3 to Grok within X is phenomenal, right? So the thing with Grok, I digress here, but like Grok is dangerous because, because it's like freedom of speech. So you can get some very problematic photos with very problematic politicians and
Yeah.
public figures.
I
So
remember seeing a couple of those with Donald Trump
yeah.
and Kamala Harris walking on the beach holding hands.
Oh man, I did one this morning of like Donald Trump just to test it. Donald Trump and P. Diddy at a party with a bottle of lotion and a small child. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
I can't
God.
believe it let me generate this just as an experiment. I can't believe This is the downside of freedom of
Yeah.
speech. And there's a whole lot of boomers out there that take things at face value. Sorry,
Yeah.
boomers.
Well, and with the evolution of how fast things are changing here, Austin, are you trying to put these into Syllabi? I mean, like,
Of
is
course. Yeah, of course. So on the development level, the Sora is not in OpenAI's API yet. We are paying attention to that. So as soon as or if they roll out the ability to use Sora from an API level, we can integrate that into Syllabi and just give industry the highest industry standard tools to our users in a custom streamlined flow to help people out.
And now for a quick break. We've all heard that AI can change the way that you do business. If you have a podcast, if you have a YouTube channel, are you repurposing your long form content to its full capabilities? And that's where Capsho comes in. Check out Capsho and how they can help you create more content by visiting katiebrinkley.live/Capsho today and start using Capsho and AI to work smarter, not harder. Just a note, if you use the links I provide, I may receive compensation. You know as well as I do that life can get pretty hectic sometimes. It happens to all of us. That's why I'm offering you a simple weekly reminder so you don't miss out on any of Rocky Mountain Marketing's episodes. If you're up for exclusive tips, juicy details, and some inspiring quotes to brighten your day, just sign up for the free email newsletter. All you have to do is head over to katiebrinkley.com/podcast newsletter or find the link in the show notes. All right, let's get back to the show.
Yeah. So we are paying close attention to that.
Well, and like I said, so all you listeners, you guys know I only bring products I use, people that I learn from, that I listen from. I use Syllabi. You can check it out at katiebrinkley.live/Syllabi. It will be in the show notes. And one of the things that you guys, can I talk about this? It's pretty cool
Sure.
that you guys are going to be rolling out in 2025 is specifically for podcasters. And if you have a podcast listener, and so people that are listening, if you have a podcast or if launching a podcast in 2025 has been on your to-do list, I have to say, one of the things that I would love to see everybody just stop doing in 2025 is the vertical video of the host on top and the guest on the bottom. And it's just a clip from the podcast and it's saying like, just clipping it and then saying, listen to the episode. That's so 2023 because there's so many better ways that you can create content now for your podcast. And one of them is with this latest rollout that Syllabi is going to be doing. And it's right now, like at this time, it's not available. Depending on when you're listening, it's not available, but in early 2025, it is going to be available. And it's groundbreaking for podcasters. Can you share with Rocky Mountain Marketing listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that also just separates Syllabi from other tools out there is we are so community focused. I am a content creator, and that's most of these other tools are not content creators, just to be frank. And we listen every single day. I am talking to our community in our Facebook group or in our Discord community or our Facebook live chat or one of the various support channels. And we are building Syllabi in real time based on feedback and suggestions and feature updates based on what our community is searching for. And we're very quick to roll those out if it seems useful and a lot of people are asking for it. And one of those things is audio to video. And so we got this request over and over again. I think the idea originally came from Brian G. Johnson, a brilliant YouTube strategist who was like, I just want to upload my audio file and it automatically generate all of the B-roll for me so that I can just save that so much time in my YouTube videos, for instance. And so I'm like, oh, I love this idea. Let me shop this around the community and see if they're interested. And there was a lot of podcasters that were interested in this as well. And so what we're rolling out, and again, like Katie said, depending on when you're listening to this feature might already be out, go check it out. But you'll be able to upload your audio file from your podcast or voice notes or whatever, your Zoom audio recording, anything like that. And it will have your audio recording. And what we'll be able to do is take the transcript from it and automatically create B-roll videos or AI-generated images, AI-generated videos, add subtitles for you for short form or long form content with the original audio file in place. So in a matter of minutes, you'll be able to create a social media ready, engaging video on your audio recording for your podcast. We're aiming to be able to support up to 60 minutes of audio upon launch. I think that's going to be good for most podcasts. And we'll try and expand out from there. Eventually, we'll get to the Joe Rogan level 3 hour long marathon podcast.
Oh, God.
Minutes will help for a lot. And then the other use case I was thinking here too, just is musicians.
Yeah.
So I'm like, with audio to video, well, we can in theory create music videos. And so musicians will be able to upload their songs, and we'll be able to create music videos for every musician out there in Syllabi as well that you can then schedule and publish. So I'm really excited about this audio to video functionality because it's really going to help podcasters have videos that actually perform well faster to help them grow their podcast faster.
Well, I'm in your Facebook group. I'm in all your things. Austin launches something. And I'm like, all right, sign me up. Well, yeah. You're like, hey, I'm launching a membership. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in. Well, I always learn from you. You always, like I said, when someone says AI, I think of Austin Armstrong, because you're always, teaching me like new things. Like granted, like you said, the Sora video thing does have physics a little messed up, but you're typically the first one to try it out and share it with the masses. And so I digress. I think that being in your Facebook group, it's allowed me to see that there's a lot of people out there that are looking for you to be the person that's saying, hey, I'm trying this out. This is what I'm seeing, what works and what doesn't work, or this is where it needs to go. This is what we're trying. It's not there yet. And Austin, I didn't believe that faceless videos could perform the way that they're performing. I really didn't, but they do. We do it for a number of our clients. So one of our clients, she has an audiobook, and we have her just her audio of reading the book with some of the B-roll kind of background going, and it performs so well. And I think that a lot of times we get caught up in the trends, and the trends work. That's why they're called trends. They're trending. But there is something to be said about original content. And if you're a podcaster, if you are creating content, even if it's just you going live, or if it's you just something from maybe a Zoom call or a sales call, if you're recording your sales call and you say something really smart, you could take that clip and take your audio from it and put it in to Syllabi. And now, hey, look, here you go. Now you have a great clip of you saying something real smart. You can put some B-roll in behind it, and boom, there you go. You have some viral content thanks to Syllabi. And I think that we're not thinking creatively enough with the way that we're creating content. We're thinking that we have to, okay, I got to open up my app. I got to find the trending content. Now I got to sit down, put up my camera. I got to do the dance. I got to do the transitions. I got to do the thing. And we're making it harder than we need to.
Yeah.
So what are some, okay. And like I said before, katiebrinkley.live/Syllabi, it's in the show notes. Before we wrap up today's episode, I hope that listeners today are feeling a little bit more of a sigh of relief of creating more video in 2025. If they have a podcast, they're thinking of a different way of creating short form video for their podcast. We've talked about the B-roll. We've talked about the AI clone that you can use in Syllabi. What's one thing that we might have missed that you think is a really cool thing about Syllabi that we didn't talk about in today's episode?
Well, there's so many fun things, but we're constantly rolling out new features as well. And so that's something that I always love to tell people is that if Syllabi wasn't perfect for you a month ago, come back because we probably fixed those things. But URL to video is another one that we just rolled out. So if you're actively creating blog articles on your website, you can just copy and paste those URLs into Syllabi, and it will automatically generate a video script for you that summarizes that blog article at whatever length that you want, and it'll automatically turn it into a video for you. And so this is a great way for like SEO, for instance, or just get more use cases out of your existing content. Even with podcasters, if you have a podcast and you're taking the summary of that podcast and turning it into a blog article, and then embedding the podcast audio recording or a video recording in that blog article, you can also just create faceless video shorts or long form faceless videos that are educational in nature that summarizes that blog article and create new pieces of content for your social media. This has been a
That
really powerful use case.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that so much. No, I think that is so brilliant because that's so much content. And you might be saying, "Well, Katie, you're always telling us to post less." But if you're struggling with what to post, all of the stuff that Austin just shared, if you want to go back through your 2020, 2021 blogs and find the stuff that's relevant, start there and you can start creating a whole bunch of content for 2025 and just get the ball rolling again. Just
Yeah.
start somewhere, and Syllabi is absolutely going to help you get caught up because there's no reason to stop creating content. The one thing, whether you're using yourself and you decide to step in and be the face of your company and be the content creator, or if you want to use a tool, whatever it is, consistency is the secret sauce. It really is. You have to be consistent. And one thing that's consistent in my feed is Austin Armstrong. No matter what feed I'm in, there's that guy. He shows up. So, Austin, if people want to connect with you, they want to learn more from you, you are a wealth of knowledge. You're on
Thank
all
you.
the platforms. Like I said, you're always in my feeds. But what's the best way for people to learn about you and Syllabi?
Yeah, so Syllabi is syllaby.io. I'm sure there will be a link in the description here. Also, I'm going to create a custom code, a discount coupon just for the listeners. So if you use the coupon code Rocky Mountain, all one word, you'll save 25% on your first month or any already discounted annual plan as well. So that coupon code is going to be exclusively for the listeners if you want to jump in and give it a test. And then I'm very available online. My personal website is austinarmstrong. If you look up Austin Armstrong on social media, I'm active everywhere, but I am the nerdy with glasses Austin Armstrong. I am not the defensive football coach for the Florida Gators, Austin Armstrong, nor am I the very attractive 6 foot tall LA relationship vlogger, Austin Armstrong, off of TikTok as well. I am perfectly the nerd right there in the middle.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Well, before we go, I'm going to have you back on to talk about your event, but we're at the very
Sure.
early phases of
Mm-hmm.
your event that you have
Yeah.
coming up in 2025. Early bird tickets are on
Mm-hmm.
sale. So if people want to check out your event, tell them real quick about what you have coming up in 2025.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, so everything that I do, I am incredibly ambitious with. And so I want to create the largest and best AI marketing conference in the country. And we'll get to the world, but right now we're going to start with the largest and best AI marketing conference in the country. So it's called AI Marketing World. The website is aimarketingworld.co, AI Marketing World. We have ticket pre-launch sales coming out this week. So, but when you're listening to this, definitely jump on because we're going to have the cheapest discounted tickets at early bird pricing as possible. The conference is going to be October 9th through the 11th in Dallas, Texas. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an interactive experience. We can have some of the best AI marketing speakers. But I didn't want this to just be a sit in the audience and watch people talk for 3 days straight. I really want this to be an interactive conference. So we're going to be working on getting different AI experiences and VR experiences and different things to make this conference really transformative. So if you want to kickstart your AI marketing journey and learn from the best AI marketers out there like myself, I'm going to get Katie there too. Go to aimarketingworld.co and I'll see you there.
Awesome. Well, Austin, thank you so much for joining us on vacation for another guest appearance on Rocky Mountain Marketing. It's always a pleasure to sit down with you.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. I hope you're leaving with valuable insights and the inspiration to lead your market. If you've enjoyed our time together and found today's podcast episode useful, I have a small favor to ask of you. Please hit that subscribe button to stay updated with the latest episodes. And if you know someone who could benefit from these episodes, maybe a fellow business leader or an aspiring entrepreneur, go ahead and share this episode with them. Let's spread the knowledge and grow together. Also, I'd love to hear from you and continue the conversation beyond the podcast. Visit me at katiebrinkley.com to connect. to find more resources, or just to share your journey. And be sure to pick up your copy of my new book, The Social Shift, at katiebrinkley.com/book. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Katie Brinkley, and I can't wait to dive into more strategies and stories with you on the next episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Let's keep on taking your marketing to new heights.